Hi, hey, hello peeps, it's Sunny, and welcome to a new segment on the channel, pretty self-explanatory, rankings, where I rank music stuff. And for this sort of premiere video of the series, I'm going to be ranking every single song that was included in my Best of the Best experiment, which if you don't know about, check out that video, link in the description, on my main channel, ItzSonny, where I essentially did an experiment to sort of gain the knowledge, skill, and sort of powers what makes music and what makes it so great by listening to a ton of one of the greatest songs of all time, at least most of them. And definitely check that video out. But for this video, I'm gonna be ranking every single song that was included, 80 songs on that list, and I don't think there's much else to explain. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole video. And that definitely gonna be a very interesting one. A lot of interesting takes, especially if you watch that video, knowing my opinions on all these songs. Because the way I'm gonna be ranking this isn't off like, oh, like easily what's my favorite songs off the list. More so, when I think of music, I think of this song, or sort of like what I think if someone wants to get into music proper, or what I deem the, like, not in an objective sense, because art is subjective, music is too. It's great to discuss different opinions and stuff, but sort of what is, like, in an objective sense, like, or at least off the experiment, what song really stands out as the song to really showcase you just how great music can be, I guess you can say. And that's how I rank this list, and I hope you enjoy the video. Number 80, Thrift Shop. I don't think this is surprising. This song was very boring. Also, if you're wondering where Thunder is by Imagine Dragons, that show is so ass I didn't even include it on the list. But every other song either is great, or usually in this bottom tier so far. Only like a few songs, they're just kind of meh. But I guess it's good to listen to bad, or at least in your opinion, bad or mid music, to sort of really differentiate from the great music on this list. So that way you know what's great, what's a great song, and what's sort of a song you don't really enjoy so much. But yeah, Thrift Shop, it's just boring. It was generic, corny, not a good way. It was just a boring song. 79, Shape of You. I didn't really like the song either. Like, when I listened to it, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it because I thought it was a fine song, especially for its time. Especially, maybe it was nostalgia talking, because as a kid I liked it, but then the more I thought about it, the more I started to like it less, to the point where, yeah, it's kind of ass. I'm not gonna hold you. And it's just like, to me, the song is about to get good, but then it ends right before it could really, it seems like it's getting somewhere, and then it just ends. So it's a very forgettable and not so memorable song. 78, Mirrors. I think this song, again, is kind of like the other ones. It's not as bad as them. Like, it's kind of enjoyable, but it's just very boring and not memorable. I feel bad for Justin Timberlake. Like, I'm just not really into his music like that. But yeah, this song is just, it's not really memorable. I just didn't really enjoy it that much. 77, Despacito. I was really expecting into this song to hate it, just because as a kid I really didn't like this song. It sounded generic. I'm not really into Latin music. I'm starting to change that though, because there are some Latin songs and artists I'm starting to get into. But for this song, it's just generic and stuff. And even though it still is that, and as a whole, it's just mid. I think it's just a mediocre song, and that's it. It's fine for what it is. It's just nothing special, but it's definitely not as bad as the other three. And I think it's just a fine song. Maybe one I won't listen to ever again, but still, like, it's something, 76, Let Her Go. I could totally see why some people enjoy this song a lot, but to me, it wasn't really anything special. It was just a very simple, sappy kind of song, and it just wasn't anything super creative. 75, Gold Digger. Again, like, unlike this song, Jamie Foxx is great. We're definitely getting better and better as this list goes on. But yeah, Jamie Foxx is great, but aside him, the song is just kind of whatever. It's not really that catchy or, captivating. I know Kanye West, at least his early music, is really great. Maybe I have to get around to it on the channel. But yeah, I just never really got into his music as a kid growing up. So listening to this song, it didn't do anything for me personally. Aside Jamie Foxx, the song was just kind of whatever personally. 74, Call Me Maybe. I think it's just fine. You know, for its time, I get it. It's cheeky, it's corny, it's kind of enjoyable. Maybe I like the sound a bit. But yeah, it's just kind of whatever. It's your typical girly girl song. Not that to say I don't like girly girl songs, you know, like if it's good, hey, I like it. But for me, I think it's just songs just kind of flat. The music video ending's funny as shit though. 73, party rock anthem. Again, it's a song that's fine for its time. But it is, I wouldn't say it's boring. Like, it's not super bad. It's okay, but it's really not that noteworthy. It's just kind of whatever, very cheeky and stuff. Nothing much else to be said about it. 72, Just the Way You Are. The list is starting to get better here. I think this song is actually pretty good, but the only thing it's so good is just because I don't really have anything to complain about it. It's just fine for what it is. It's good. It's cheesy. It's kind of cute. You know, you really enjoy it. There's other Bruno Mars songs I kind of prefer, but this is just fine. 71, Scream and Shout. Maybe it's just my bias talking because this is a childhood favorite of mine. But looking into it with a critical lens, aside will.i.am, who is really great with what he contributes to this song, Britney Spears, no hate against her. I don't really listen to her music. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. But I guess she kind of lowers the song down. Like, this song's the perfect mixed bag song. Like, half of it is actually really good, especially for its time. It's fun. It's cheesy. And then the other half is just kind of boring, dull, and whatever. But it is what it is. '70, Uptown Funk. I think this song's fun. This is the first, like, actually pretty good song on this list. You know, for its time, it is what it is. Maybe it won't be so memorable or timeless, but it is a fun song, fun little kids tune. I think the reason this song does so good is that Bruno Mars only delivers vocals here, and Mark Ronson is, I kind of think, is an underrated artist. His sound work here is pretty fantastic, and yeah, I think it's a fine, fun song. 69, Happy. I think this song is just okay, but it's enjoyable. Like, if I listen to it, I'm not gonna get mad. Like, I'll enjoy it just fine. It's a good song. Like, I like it. It's simple, gets you in the mood. It's a good song. That's all it is. It's not super memorable. I'm willing to go out of my way to listen to it, but it's a fine song for what it is. And yeah, it just gets you right in the mood. 68, Get Your Freak On. Now, originally in the video, I didn't really like this song all that much. Not that I hated it, but I stated that I could tell this song's gonna start growing on me, you know, and surprisingly enough, yeah, I think it is starting to grow on me. I still don't think it's that great, but it is sort of appealing and fun, especially for the era it released in. And yeah, maybe I guess it's not super well mixed as it thinks it is, but it is a fun song, and it's definitely growing on me. 67, Kashmir. This is kind of a hot take, but at least out of the 3 Led Zeppelin songs on this list, this one was kind of forgettable. I couldn't even remember it. I know listening it, I know I did enjoy the song, and if I re-listen to it right now, I'll enjoy the song just fine. But it just, I guess nothing really sticks out about it as much to me, but it's definitely better than all the other songs here, because even though I remember pieces of the other songs, quality-wise, they're not as good. Well, this song, listening to it is good, but when you're not listening to it, it's not a song that really sticks in my head, for me personally. 66, Ring of Fire. Now, if this were Hurt by Johnny Cash, oh, this is definitely top tier, but it's not. This is the only Johnny Cash song in this list, Ring of Fire. I enjoy it, fine what it is, a decent country tune, but it's nothing really special. It's just kind of solid, it's whatever it is. You know, I kind of would prefer another Johnny Cash song, like again, Heard on here. But for what it is just fine. It's serviceable, and it's totally okay. 65, Lean on Me, Bill Withers. Again, kind of would prefer another Bill Withers song. One in particular, I think y'all know what it is. But this song isn't bad at all. If I listen to it, it's actually going to be quite enjoyable, really fun song. But when it's not, when I'm not listening to it, I don't really think about it that much. You know, the lyricism is memorable, but aside everything else, it's just not that really well stand out. But Bill Withers is great. 64, Fortune Son. This song is just fine, solid. You know, it's pretty good. almost kind of like an anthem to it. It's a fine, fun song. It's enjoyable, but again, nothing really truly sticks out about it. There's other better rock-esque sort of songs on here, so yeah. 63, We Found Love. I think honestly this song's actually kind of underrated. I really enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it's nothing super special about it, but it is quite enjoyable. You know, Rihanna and stuff, and the sound work is fun. You know, it's a pretty nice song for its time. And if I would listen to it today, it's still memorable and it's still fun. And simple as that. 62, Bad and Bougie. Now, modern rap, I really hated as a kid. Hate's a strong word, but that's how it was. And because it all just sounded generic and bad. But obviously, growing up, I'm starting to appreciate at least the really good stuff out there. And this song, it contains everything that makes modern rap super generic, but weirdly enough, it makes it really great. I actually really enjoy this song a lot. This is like the first really great song on this list. Because again, it's about you know ghetto stuff and the whatnot. You know, your street modern rap kind of music, but it's really enjoyable and it's fun, and it's a very highly memorable song. The lyricism is fun, the beat is great. Like, it's a pretty great song. I really enjoy it. It contains everything about modern rap I don't like, but twists it into something I really do enjoy. 61, Can't Help Falling in Love. Elvis Presley. Not a super big Elvis fan, even growing up listening to a lot of old school music. The song's actually really sweet, tender, it's nice. It's got a good meaning in it. It's your typical love song, but it's executed in a way where it actually really kind of hits the heart a little bit, and it's perfectly fine and fun. '60, God Only Knows. This song I'm really starting to appreciate a lot more. I've never been into the Beach Boys growing up as a kid, but this song's a great song to really get me into their discography, because it's kind of like the last song, but with this one, it really hits home, and something about it is just off, but in a way where it's quite entertaining and creative. 59, I think, Compares to You. I do enjoy this song a lot, listening to it, and it is a great song, and it's very meaningful and powerful and emotionally resonant with me, but I guess it's just not super memorable, and doesn't really have the super best captivating hook. It's still a great song, but it's just, compared to everything else on this list, maybe it's just not up there with them personally. 58, War Pigs, Black Sabbath. This is kind of like Kashmir, where if I listen to the song, it is fun and great, but it's just not that memorable to me, and it doesn't really stand out as much. But unlike Kashmir, if I listen to it, it probably will be a very great song. 57, Sweet Child of Mine. Kind of like War Pigs, only this one's way more memorable. And for me, I think it is a great song. It's a nice, tender, sort of soft rock song. The lyricism is fun. The overall arrangement is great. I guess it's just, compared to every other song on this list, doesn't stand out as much. 56, Heroes. Again, I mean, I think this song I really do love. It has that kind of childhood wisdom to it and wonder that I really enjoy that a song tries to do, and the song is pretty darn great and maybe fucking even a masterpiece. But I guess it's not a song I would revisit a lot, and even though it's great and all that, it's a very song of its own, and it's quite cinematic, but not in a way where it's a song I would really think about often or re-listen to. Again, maybe a hot take. It's a great song. It's just, for everything else, I kind of prefer other listings on here. 55, Take Me Home, Country Roads. Fantastic country song. Everybody knows it. It's nice, fun, simple, great overall narrative presented. I guess it's just every other song. Again, kind of outweighs it. 54, Like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan. Great, fantastic song. Generally great. Everything from up here, it's pretty much just a banger. Pretty much. It's a fun, nice song. The overall, again, the instrumentation, his vocal delivery, it's very nice. It's very brash, and it's just overall really fun. But again, just prefer other stuff on here. 53, Give Me Shelter, not the only Rolling Stone song on here. This is a great song. The overall messages it's trying to tackle is pretty well handled, and the overall range and melody is fantastic and really addicting and captivating. Yeah, pretty much it. 52, Jailhouse Rock. I think this song is fun. Definitely the better of the Elvis songs for me personally. Even though the other one definitely hits the feels a little bit, this one it's just your perfect fun 60s-esque kind of pop sort of tune that's enjoyable, something nice to put on the house and the scenery to and listen to. But maybe it doesn't stand out that much. 51, Santeria. Honestly, really great. Very underrated song. I really enjoyed it a lot. I guess the only problem with me is that it is kind of too short. Maybe I would have preferred it to be longer, but still, it's a generally really fun, fantastic song. 50, Latch. Underrated. One of my favorite songs growing up as a kid. It was nice to revisit it after all these years for the experiment. Fun song, great song, but again, I can't be personal and biased with this how I'm ranking this list. And even though I love it a lot, and it's definitely a song I revisit a lot now these days, compared to everything else, maybe it just doesn't stand out in terms of its overall impact with music. 49, Be My Baby, a great song. When I first listened, I did enjoy it, but maybe didn't stand out too much, but on re-listen or even just thinking about it fondly, it definitely does stand out a lot more. It's a great romantic sort of track, especially for its time. The Ronettes are a great trio, and they do a great job handling the song. 48, Respect, kind of like Be My Baby, very sexual and romantic song, but it's definitely greatly executed, and Aretha Franklin is a legend, and the song's greatly performed and handled and executed in every single department, and generally, it's just a really great song. 47, American Pie. Honestly, when I think of music, I kind of think of this song. I guess every other song just kind of outweighs it, because even though this song, it's not really a love letter to music, but it has that feeling for me personally, and it is a great song. It's everything about it is pretty perfect. I guess it's just every other song I vibe with a little more. So yeah. 46, I Will Always Love You. Very tender song, a song I listened to the Whitney Houston, sorry, I said Courtney. Whitney Houston cover as a kid. I think everybody knows that version even more than the original Dolly Parton version. But listening to this, I kind of prefer it over Whitney Houston. Just because this one's more low down, more, I wouldn't say chill, but it's more level-headed, and it's generally nicely communicated. 45, Iron Man, the better Black Sabbath song to me, in my opinion. The song is highly memorable. It's fun. It's great. It's got that nice rock edge to it. It's just a generally fantastic song. 44, Waterloo Sunset, one of my personal favorites on the list, first time listen. Very nice sort of Sunday-esque kind of track. Very moody, psychedelic-esque sort of kind of composition. It's a really fun and simple, and I feel like I'm saying fun a lot. It's kind of hard to explain these songs, but yeah, it's just a generally really great track that gets me in the mood. And I would put it higher, but again, ranking the tier list how it is, I think it's perfect right here at 44. 43, Africa, another childhood favorite of mine, great song. Re-listening to it, surprisingly, I didn't really vibe with it as much. It's still a great song. It's highly memorable, it's highly catchy. The instrumentation is great. The overall range of Toto is great. I guess it's a song that comes and goes. You listen to it, and eventually you will re-listen to it. But it's not a song you'd really re-listen to often, or even if you don't listen to it for a long time, it's just one of those songs that you think about. It's still in your head, but this song, I don't really think about it often. It's just a childhood favorite of mine. 42, Dreams, great Fleetwood Mac song. Fleetwood Mac is pretty solid, and this track is great, and I really don't know what else to say. I guess it's just a really nice, sort of thought-provoking, or at least kind of thought-provoking track. 41, Fight the Power, great song. This is a great hip-hop track in general. Never listened to Public Enemy. Song track really makes me want to check out their whole entire discography. That's how great it is. The beat is great. Their overall commentary on certain issues at the time, and the overall verses and bars is just generally fantastic and well handled. "40, Superstition, a classic song for its time, highly memorable, highly well arranged, great song. Stevie Wonder. I guess it's just, again, prefer other tracks on here. It is a great song though. 39, Let's Groove. Not my favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire. As a kid, I loved it, but re-listening to it, kind of has its own issues. Though it is still generally a great song. I guess the other track on this list from them just outweighs it more. 38, Whole Lot of Love. A fucking fantastic Led Zeppelin track. As a first time Led Zeppelin fan, only listening to 3 of their songs on this list, this is a great song. Very catchy, very fun, very energetic and rapid, and it just has the right kind of energy for me. 37, Welcome to the Jungle. Kind of like the last track. Got the right kind of energy for it. It's generally fun and exciting and explosive and almost like a goddamn adventure. Definitely movie trailer-esque kind of song, and it's great for what it is. 36, Come Together by the Beatles. There's other 2 Beatle tracks on here, and even though I really love this track a lot, especially after listening to their entire discography, which I made a video on, go check that out on my main channel, but in comparison to all the other tracks on this list, not my favorite, at least in comparison. It is a great song, but in terms of a Beatles song, it's kind of mid, but not mid in the sense it's actually a mediocre song, more in the mid of that. In comparison to the other tracks on here from the Beatles, it's not as on par with those other 2, just in my opinion. 35, Painted Black, fantastic song. Really enjoyed it a lot. Very moody, very, I wouldn't say tension inducing, but very just atmospheric and kind of dark. I mean, it's called Painted Black, and yeah, my favorite Rolling Stones track so far. 34, Piano Man, fantastic Billy Joel song. I listened to some Billy Joel as a kid, and yeah, this track is phenomenal. I would prefer other Billy Joel tracks, but for what this track is, it's fantastic. Easily one of my favorite narratives in any just music in general. It's nicely well laid out. Billy Joel does a great job presenting it, and yeah. 33, A Change Is Gonna Come, great Sam Cooke song, another song with a great narrative. I guess it's just got great commentary. But I guess there are other tracks on this list that kind of do the same thing, and although this song is great, especially with this orchestra, you know, maybe those songs just have more of a style to them. 32, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, great cover of another song that's on this list. A great utilization of the ukulele. Very beautiful song, very top tier song. I just felt like placing it here. 31, I Will Survive, a fantastic, fun song for its time and still a memorable classic to this day. Maybe it's not as complex as the other tracks on this list, but for what it is, it's fun, simple, and definitely a song you listen to. 30, Shake Your Groove Thing. Maybe it's just a little biased because, you know, Goofy Movie, made that joke in the main video. Go check that out still. But, you know, again, it's a really nice song. It's on par with I Will Survive, but I guess this track is just more memorable in my eyes. 29, Hey Ya. Fantastic Outkast song. Would prefer their other tracks, but still, this track is still generally a masterpiece, a fun party atmosphere song, way better than party rock anthem, like not even close. And yeah, it greatly adds to that atmosphere. 28, Beat It. That'd be my first hot take. I don't know. This is a fantastic fucking song, masterpiece even. And when I listened to this, I did love it, of course, especially since it's a childhood favorite. But on that re-listen, I guess I didn't vibe with it as much. But after re-listening to it for my Thriller album review, which is on this channel, go check that out if you haven't. I really do love it a lot more. But I guess it's sort of the standard of like a great pop track. But everything else on here outweighs it. 27, Come As You Are. I really love the more adult, appropriate, I wouldn't say appropriate, but like more reserved sort of approach that this track does for grunge rock. And it's a greatly well-handled track. 26, Seven Nation Army. Personal favorite, not as a kid, but just growing up. One of my favorite rock tracks ever. And it's just a great song. It's got that nice edge to it, nice writing for it, a great simple arrangement. It's just generally fantastic. 25, Strawberry Fields Forever, my second favorite Beatles track off this list. This song isn't really a song, it's just a sound experience, and that's why I love it so much. Because this song greatly represents to music how, not every track has to be the most catchy, pop-esque inducing track. Every song should at least be different and sound on its own, just music in general. And this song showcases how important those kind of weird, experimental, and soundworm inducing tracks are, and how creative they can be, and how they greatly add to the power of music. 24, I Shot the Sheriff. I Shot the Sheriff. Great Bob Marley song. His music never misses. It's just a great track. Memorable, very dark, but it's a nice, really masterpiece song. 23, Buffalo Soldier. Just like I Shot the Sheriff, I think they're pretty on par. I guess I just prefer this more because it's definitely got a lot more attitude to it in a good way, and I guess it's just it pops out. It pops off a little more. 22, Smooth Criminal, a great Michael Jackson track. The second of this list. It feels like an adventure. It feels like a movie to my ears, and it's generally just phenomenal and great, wonderful. It's just a fantastic, very vibrant song. 21, Dream On, Aerosmith. Another great example of like a more adult, moody sort of rock song. Definitely highly memorable in my eyes. It's a great track that sort of, it's just a great song that's kind of hits you in the feels and really makes you think a lot about things. 20, Theme from New York, New York, Frank Sinatra, the GOAT. First ever Frank Sinatra song I ever listened to, still is. Eventually I'm going to check out more of his music. This song is fantastic. I guess what brings it down is that it's kind of a movie-esque track, and even though there's nothing wrong with that, that's music too. And the orchestra on Frank Sinatra is always great. I guess it's not super duper music, if that makes sense. 19, Johnny Be Good. This is just an amazing, fantastic, beautiful, amazing, fun track. This is the definitive fun song. It's just, for its time, it'll forever be timeless. That's all I have to say. 18, Stairway to Heaven. This song, wouldn't say it makes me cry, but it makes me wish I did. Its structure is fantastic. It's highly, you listen to it once and it's already like, it's stuck in your brain, and it's just like those kind of songs, they're just the best, and this song greatly does that. 17, Hotel California, maybe a personal favorite, but it's just generally a great song. It's a perfect song with a great narrative and a great melody and overall production going into it, and it's forever timeless. 16, Lose Yourself. Maybe kind of a hot take, putting an Eminem song all the way up here. But I think this song really speaks volumes. You know, not just a great rock instrumental added to the song, not only Eminem's. This might be, I love when Eminem goes serious, and his writing here is great. But it's just his story is very motivating. It's a very inspiring song that I think anyone can listen to, and I think that's very important. 15, The Boy Is Mine, Brandy. Maybe being biased, but this is just a fucking amazing song that, you know, like I said, feels like two goddesses fighting, but not in the way you think where it actually feels like two goddesses fighting, but just the overall power and energy in the song that it brings out is just mesmerizing. 14, Chop Suey. It's a banger. It's a banger song. Like, you know your song is great when I'm listening to this whole experiment. I listen to this once and then I end up listening to it 90 times. I can't listen to any other song in this playlist. It's just fucking amazing. It's amazing. I'd probably put it top 3, but judging the list as we are, it's a fantastic song that's serious. But I guess it's you have to be really into rock to kind of like it. So it fits well here. 13, Alright, Kendrick Lamar. K-Dot, Mr. Morale, the GOAT. You know, this track is great, and I'm excited to check out the album. But I guess I put it here at 13. Maybe because I guess you kind of have to be... you don't really have to be in the hip-hop to listen to this song, but, you know, even though it's fun for what it is, I guess every other track just kind of outblows it in meaning. But this is a great song. Don't take me too seriously. This is a great song. If I put it, I would have put it in top 10. But judging the list as it is, it just feels right at 13. 12, Somebody That I Used to Know. This is just a fantastic indie track. A great song that represents that no matter how popular or low down you are as an artist, if you put your passion into something, it will be recognized. You know, whether by one person or the whole world, it doesn't matter. And the song is it's fucking phenomenal. Just like Chop Suey, just like Alright. I listened to it once, I end up listening to it 80 times. Can't listen to another song on the playlist. It's just very memorable. But even though I think it is a timeless song, maybe it won't be that timeless. 11, Imagine, John Lennon. Would have been top 10. And I guess it's just, this top 10 is kind of crazy. But this is a beautiful song. Just generally fucking beautiful. Its meaning. It's the way John Lennon performed this song. It's timeless. It's a song deserves to be top 100, fucking top 10 worthy. But I guess the other tracks on here, it's gonna be kind of hot takes. But yeah, it is a great song. Like, no, don't take me, like, even though I put other songs above it, don't take this song for granted. This is actually like an essential song to music. Top 10, baby. Now listen, the reason I put this song so high is because for what it is, Careless Whisper, you know, even though it's a song of its time, it's just the perfect, at least off this experiment on this list, sort of heartbreak emotional song while still being fantastic to listen to. Kind of like another song up higher, but we'll get there when we get there. And George Michael just greatly executes this song. And that saxophone, it's fucking, oh my god, that riff is crazy. And I guess it's worthy to be top 10. Number 9, September. Now, this is like the ultimate party song. This is a perfect celebration song. Like, this is some movie ends, we all won, the world is saved, you play this shit kind of song. It's generally phenomenal. It will forever be timeless. And the song literally right above it is On Par, but I guess that one just pushes it a little more. But don't take this song for granted. Number 8, Staying Alive. Just like September, this is a perfect song, but it's not really party atmosphere celebration. This is more so the perfect, you know, cool man walk like you would always see in a movie. And what's more important, celebrating everybody are celebrating yourself, and for me, this track is just, it perfectly encapsulates loving yourself. Or I mean, not that the meaning of the song is that. I mean, it's just a fun sort of disco song, but it gives off that vibe to me, you know. Number 7, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I think Chop Suey's on par, but I think the reason this song I push it more is that it's the perfect song for teenagers. Like, every teenager has their moment of violence, or more so anger. You know, teenagers, apocalyptic feelings, like one thing goes wrong, it's the end of the world for them. And this song perfectly encapsulates that. And it's important to sort of have a song for every sort of person out there. And the song, I think it greatly executes that. Number 6, The Less I Know, The Better. You all were probably thinking I put this number 1. And yeah, I definitely would have put it number 1. But the reason I put it here, and it's not top 5, because I just think the other 5 songs are more important than music. But the reason I put this at number 6 so high is because even though this is a masterpiece song, ignoring it, this song represents to me something I think should be more recognized when it comes to music, is that this song represents the unknown. Not to say this song's unknown. This is a fucking really popular song. And it's like top 200, top 100 most streamed songs ever on Spotify. I don't know. But basically, this song represents that music when it finds you. Not you finding the music, not the music being popular, but no matter what time it released in, you will always forever remember it, and it always emotionally touched you. And this is me not trying to even be biased. It's just this song represents that the best music is the one that finds you. And that's just my opinion for putting it here. But top 5. Number 5, What a Wonderful World. How could I not put this in top 5? This is a song you don't listen to at all. So why should it be top 5? Because this song is some fucking, like, you're dying music. This is a song you think of when you think about how beautiful this world can be. Despite how all the negatives, that this world is beautiful, humans can be beautiful. And this song, it's not just a great song for music, it's just a great song for life. There's some actual, like, you're dying and you're seeing how beautiful the world is kind of song, and I think that's very important. Number 4, Hey Jude, The Beatles, fantastic. Just like September, this song is a very celebratory end of movie kind of song, and it's great for what it is. But I guess the top 3 just really outweigh it in emotion, but this is a fantastic song, don't take it for granted. Number 3, Bohemian Rhapsody. This is the perfect moody, sort of depressing, dark song because the Queen is amazing. They're like literally the goats. The way they play with this song's arrangement, melody, and the overall writing is just perfection. And I know this song, when it released, I think it had mediocre reviews, but it just goes to show over time, you'll know a great song when you know a great song, and this song is great. Number 2, Billie Jean. Y'all thought I was gonna put this at number 1, but no, something else is higher. This song is fantastic. I mean, it's a masterpiece. I think it's the greatest song of all time. It's the perfect pop song. It's got so much. It's hypnotic. It's memorable. It's catchy. The vocal delivery is great. The writing is great. It's highly relatable. It's also fun. You listen to it all the time. This is the standard for what a great song, just great music in general, should be. But the reason it's number 2, because I think number 1 outlays it, just outbeats it a little. They're number 1 and number 2 are pretty on par. The reason I put number 1 is because you're gonna see. Number 1, What's Going On, Marvin Gaye. This is on par with Billie Jean. The reason I put this at number 1 is because of what it speaks out about. Now, Billie Jean speaks about, I wouldn't say breaking up, but a very personal experience, and that's great. Don't get me wrong. I think that it was really hard for me to pick 1 and 2. I think 1 and 2 are pretty much on par. They both might as well just be number 1. But I guess the reason I put What's Going On more is that Billie Jean is a masterpiece of a song, and it's a very personal song. But What's Going On, not only just, again, like Billie Jean, the sound is fun and catchy. It's a song you listen to all the time, especially since it's a very soul song. It's what it talks about. And it talks about a very surreal issue that is still going on to this day, you know. And it's more Billie Jean is interior, what's going on is exterior. And what's more important, personal life or the world around us? And honestly, I think both songs, now that I think about it, they're both number one. Even though I put Billie Jean number two, I guess it's just number one. Marvin Gaye was a great artist, and you know, I guess this song speaks about real truths while trying to look at it at a positive light. But Billie Jean sort of experiences the motions of such an situation. I think it's the best way to describe it. But really, realistically, the top two are number one. Shit, fucking Bohemian Rhapsody might as well be number two, number one. But yeah, that was the list. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the ranking. I hope you enjoyed also the main video. What was your favorite song that you listened to? The playlist is also on Spotify if you want to listen to all these songs in the order. Not in this order, but in the order I listened to when I was doing the experiment. Follow me on Spotify, Sonny Music Nerd. And yeah, tell me what was your favorite song that you know of on this list. Did you listen to every song? Your opinion on every song? What song do you dislike? What song did you disagree I put my placement on? What song did you agree I put placement on? Did you enjoy the ranking, the list? I'm definitely going to do more of this series, especially very soon. And so that was my ranking of my best of the best experiment. And yeah, I don't think there's much else to be say. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to talk in the comments. And yeah, nothing much else to be said. It's been Sonny, and so long, farewell, and goodbye, my peeps.